Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're gonna take a look at a game called Home Behind. Now this game was developed by TPP Studio. It is a role-playing game, also contains pretty much adventure elements. Before we dive into the game, I would like to show you a couple of things. First of all is this thing. You have a lot of achievements in this game you can pursue, so game is quite repairable. Also here, every time you go one run through the game, you will get shards, and every shard will increase stats for the next game. So let's say here we have a level 2 agility. We'll start with any character with +2 strength. It is permanent. So the more you play, the more you will get. Also, when you start new game, you will be presented with different characters, different occupations you could start. As you can see, every occupation has some additional stats. Also, it can include some special things that profession can do, like scientist. You can see all the characters' exact health and stats and so on. So the more you play, the more you will unlock. You can see this. Also, there are some extras which have been implemented later, extra jobs. As you can see here, you can unlock with level 10 in endless mode, and this is quite good occupation because metal is one of the things you will miss mostly in the game. Also, the more difficult you start the game, the more shards you can collect. Also, the enemies are difficult and so on, but the more shards you will collect, and the more you can level up these cards here, as you can see. Now let me show you what this game is capable of and why this game is so good. So here we are. We're basically moving along this map from our home. We will stop at certain areas where we will have, as you can see, everywhere where there is a star, we will have another map, and we will basically be running from home to this camp and try to find our brother and daughter. We will be pursued by a military, all rebels in this case. So we have some basic stats like mood, hunger and thirst, which you can affect in different ways. This game has also lots of elements of adventure, lots of events and so on. We will be carrying this card when you open inventory. Here you can see stats that are available. Every stat will influence whether you can jump, defense, agility for that, what kind of weapon you use and so on. So as you can see here, we have a few crafting slots, mainly for weapon and defense. For everything you need something. You also have food and crafting of different kind of metals, glues, batteries and so on. Everything is needed for something. Roadblock, as you can see, filters for water. The game has lots of things to make and craft. Also here you can improve your cooking ware, you can improve workshop, which increases the number of recipes you get in these slots here. Also this improves your mood and accuracy and light. At level 3 is quite enough, you don't have to go above it, at my opinion. Here is a slot for your weapon and also slots for your equipment, defensive equipment. Here is the current level of your cookware, workshop and so on. This is our inventory. As you can see, we can carry 95 items. It depends. It will increase depending on your fitness and the level of your card. Also, there are some skills and postcards which you can collect when you defeat mini bosses and such things. This is gained from leveling up. So you can choose various things. As you can see, this is quite good. I would suggest you to take this one. And plus 10 on the combat. Now, let's dive into the main part of the game. So, we'll be moving. Along the way we can get a lot of different resources. Fighting is led in this way. You will encounter enemy. You can use manual or auto combat. You can change it here. I'm using auto because manual is just tedious and it ends up pretty much the same. You can change here whether you want to be more accurate, whether you want to have more power and so on. Now, as you can see here, this little number, it represents how much chance we have to search this item, search this dumpster in this case, and this is influenced by intelligence. Blue is intelligence, as you can see here. We have also gained a level up. Everything you do will level up you. As you can see here, I will raise. So we have raised our, how much can we, our carry weight, let's say it like that. So basically you will be moving along maps like this. There are different maps, I think 4 or 5, and every one will have its own challenges. Also, when you encounter, let's say, neutral NPCs, you can talk to them, you can trade with them, you can beg them. They will give you some, but it influences your mood quite much, so you can also fight. Be aware of that. Also, there is an infamy, so if you do a lot of bad stuff, it will come to hunt you at some time. As you can see, our mood is low, so we can bury her. Everything takes time in this game, and we will increase our mood. When this starts to drop low, we will start losing our mood, so we have to deal with it. We're gonna take some of this stuff. We don't have water at the moment, which is our main problem. Take some milk. Now, as I said, we are looking for our daughter. This game is so well played. It has excellent stories. Oh, they're bombing. You can interact with many different NPCs through your travel, depending on how you react with them. You will be confronted with some different decisions. Also, you can things like this. You can dismantle them for additional resources, basic resources. A lot of things are hidden here. As you can see here, we can use different kind of skills. We're gonna spy first, and now we can see what's behind the door. Also, this game has a sequel, which is even better, but it is in the second part it is party oriented. You don't go as a solo character. And now as you can see, we have overburdened, and we have slowed down. Also, as you can see, some food plus 20, but it's preservable, so some food can perish, some won't. So as you can see, this one will ruin our mood if we eat it. So be careful about that. You can rest, but you're losing time, and the rebels are progressing. Let's check this out. Now, we'll have to get rid of some things, because we're overridden. Let's see. Or you can just do things like this. So we have a lot of gravel. We can make some stone out of it. Let's craft a few stones. As you can see, I have a lot of stone here, but I can craft it into brick, so we're putting 4 stones into brick. It is a high tier item. We can produce many good things from it, and now we have lost the overburden trait, and we can continue at the full speed. As you can see, this game is fairly simple. All you do is move, but you have to do a lot of managing in this game. This game can be a little bit hard at the start but when you finish 1 or 2 run-throughs, The game will, as you can see here, we have certain buffs and debuffs in the upper corner. We have gotten burn because this then it affects us. Now, during the game, this is a shard. A few of these shards will increase, as I shown you at the start, will increase your resources permanently. We have a low level of success because our stats are low. Also, some characters have additional chance of success. So think about what job you want to take when you start this game. There are different weapons that affect combat in different way. So think about some use agility, some use intelligence, some use strength, some use both. Also, this is your, let's say, super kick. It charges the more you fight. Now, as for the graphics in this game, graphics is fairly decent. It's not perfect, but it's decent. It is cartoonish, I like it, but besides that, it is, once again, I would say, fairly decent. As for the music is this game is not bad also. They could put a little bit more effort with a little bit more soundtracks and so on, but it fits the game okay. My only objection is there's no narration in the game, so it feels a little bit empty from the side of music. As for the modding, there is no modding for this game, even if the game has gone largely unnoticed by the public, but the second part has they have rushed through this game, they have published it, and they have gone to the sequel straight ahead. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, sequel is a great game. As for how this game is addictive, it is quite addictive. It has excellent story, and if you get hooked up on the game like this, you will have many hours of fun. This game is quite replayable. You can go to it multiple times with multiple characters, and well, not multiple characters, with characters that have different jobs and occupations, and it will definitely change your gameplay and run through every time. So guys, I hope you like this game. If so, I suggest you highly to get it, try it. It will bring you a lot of fun. I'm sure of it. It is quite simple game at its core, but it is so fun to play. Especially the story in this game is very nice. So if you like it, I hope you buy it, try it. I hope you find this entertaining, guys. If so, give us a subscribe, like, share this video, so you will be informed of the content which is coming in the future. We'll be doing the sequel of this game also in the near future, so you wouldn't miss out. So guys, see you all and have fun.